The Evil Shadow of Hehuan. Chapter 1 The Despair of Accidental Crossing. The morning light shines through the bamboo window on the face of the girl Ling Susha. Her eyes widened, and she found that she was actually in an antique immortal cultivation sect, Hehuan sect. This is not my world. Ling Suisa was anxious, recalling the strange car accident last night, and then there was darkness. After waking up, she actually became a female cultivator of the Hehuan sect that everyone shouted and beat. Although she was a female cultivator, she was in a situation of no return due to the grievances of her master. She looked down and saw that she was wearing a lilac dress, with fluttering sleeves and a guqin embellished around her waist, which was the most beautiful women's costume in the Hehuan sect, but it faintly exuded an indescribable desolate atmosphere. What made her even more desperate was, she became the junior sister of the sick heartthrob heroine who was rumored to be the apprentice of the male protagonist of the Dog Blood article. What? I want to help that heroine die? Do I still have to be her medicine guide at any time? Ling Susha's heart was almost broken. It is said that the fate of the junior sister is only misery and death, and there is no chance of turning over. Just as she was in a daze, there was a sound of heavy footsteps in the main hall of the sect, and a pair of eyes as deep as a cold pool stared straight at her. It was the contemporary head of the Hehuan sect, Yesuan Lin. He stood in the center of the hall, his eyebrows revealing an unangry and self-assured awe. His eyes were cold and had a hint of elusiveness. Ling Susha, since you have joined my Hehuan sect, you must abide by the rules. His voice was low and domineering, like a sharp sword in the night. Ling Susha was shocked. Could this be the beginning of her fate that she had to face? Chapter 2 The Turbulent Sect Life. Ling Susha, who lived in the Hehuan sect, had just started when she was surrounded by cold eyes and conspiracies from all parties. The identity of the junior sister makes her walk on thin ice, and if she is not careful, she may become a sacrifice. And what made her laugh and cry the most was the heartthrob heroine, Li Qinjiao. Li Qinjiao, with the touch of weak charm between her eyebrows, always attracted many disciples to surround her. She was weak, and it was rumored that she could even maintain ordinary cultivation, let alone break into the rivers and lakes. Whenever Li Qinjiao appears, all kinds of dangers are indispensable, and her junior sister Ling Suisa is always inexplicably targeted and regarded as a living target. After framing again and again, accidents one after another, Ling Suisa was forced to be more vigilant in secret, and she had to hide her true identity to avoid becoming the target of public criticism. Chapter 3 Unexpected Truth. In an accident, Ling Suisa rescued a man who was being chased by a cult, Mo Zhenli. The appearance of Mo Zhenli broke the peace of the Hehuan sect. He was dressed in a black robe, with a cold temperament, but with a hint of sadness. How dare you break into my Hehuan sect? Yesuan Lin appeared and asked in a cold voice. Mo Zhenli smiled faintly, I am not an enemy, I am here to find the lost ancient scroll. Ling Suisa discovered in the chaos that Mo Zhenli was inextricably linked to the truth of her accidental travel. That ancient scroll recorded a sealed forbidden magic, which was the secret hidden behind the sect. Chapter 4 The Conspiracy of the Hehuan Sect. As the investigation deepened, Ling Suisa gradually revealed the true face of the Hehuan sect. This gentle-looking sect actually hides a chilling darkness. It turned out that Li Qinjiao was not really a sick heartthrob, she was a pawn of the sect elders, secretly controlling all conspiracies with the aim of seizing forbidden magic. Ling Suisa and Mo Zhenli joined forces and were determined to stop this conspiracy. However, their actions were discovered by Yesuan Lin. This ruthless leader was actually involved in a bigger power whirlpool. Chapter 5 Reversed Fate. In a decisive battle in the night, Ling Suisa finally showed her true strength. She was not a weak person, but a genius female cultivator whose true identity was sealed. With her unexpected plan, she successfully dismantled Li Qinjiao's conspiracy and exposed the true face of the sect elder. Yesuan Lin also woke up from the cold, and his attitude towards Ling Suisa changed subtly, from an iceberg to a guardian who silently guarded. Ling Suisa was no longer the junior sister who was ready to die at any time, but became the true messenger of light in the Hehuan sect. Chapter 6: The Bizarre Cultivation Path. Just when everyone thought the turmoil had subsided, Ling Suisa suddenly discovered her hidden life experience. She came from another time and space and was the chosen child of time. This meant that she not only had to protect the Hehuan sect, but also to stop the destructive forces that crossed time and space. She and Mo Zhenli traveled through the long river of time, facing unknown crises and mutated monsters. Li Qinjiao, on the other hand, transformed into the leader of a hostile force across time and space, making the situation even more confusing. Ling Suisha experienced life and death, betrayal and redemption on this bizarre cultivation road. Chapter 7: Destiny and Freedom. The final battle came, and Ling Suisa stood at the intersection of time and space. She understands that protecting the sect is not only for the glory of the family, but also to find the meaning of self-freedom. With the help of Mo Zhenli and Yesuan Lin, she broke the space-time ban and stopped Li Qinjiao's plan. The brilliance of victory shines on the Hehuan sect, and former enemies become allies, ushering in a new era together. Ling Suisa finally got rid of the tragic fate of her junior sister and became a legend of a generation of female cultivators. Chapter 8: Shadows in the Fog. The calmness on the surface of the Hehuan sect was like a mirror lake, but the hidden ripples became more and more turbulent. Ling Suisha returned to her bedroom, only to find a letter sealed with ancient talisman paper quietly appearing by her pillow. She opened it carefully, and the handwriting was poignant and urgent. Shueshat, the truth is not in the sect, don't trust Li Qinjiao. The darkness is deep in the bone marrow, and there may be more enemies around you than you think. A guardian. The alarm bell rang in her heart, and Ling Suisa felt that she was slowly being shrouded in an invisible net. She decided not to tell anyone and secretly investigated the identity of this mysterious guardian. At the same time, Mo Zhenli also brought an uneasy news. A strange vision was found in the sect's forbidden area, and it seemed that someone was secretly unsealing a long-lost forbidden magic circle. Ling Suisa realized that the real storm had just begun. Chapter 9: Forbidden Land Lost. As night fell, Ling Suisha and Mo Zhenli quietly sneaked into the sect's forbidden area, Yalan Valley. The valley was shrouded in mist, and a suffocating chill filled the air. The sound of footsteps echoed between the ancient stone walls, and occasionally the roar of unknown monsters was heard. They found a secret room hidden underground, with ancient runes carved into the walls, emitting a faint purple light. In the center was a complex magic circle that seemed to be slowly activating. Suddenly, a cold voice sounded in the secret room. How dare you trespass here and seek death? Li Qinjiao appeared. Her eyes were no longer weak, but as cold as a blade. Next to her, there was a mysterious man in black, tall and with a gloomy aura. Ling Suisa understood that Li Qinjiao had already betrayed the sect, and her real plan was to use the forbidden magic circle to open a crack in another time and space and summon indescribable power. Chapter 10: The Choice of Power. Faced with the threat of Li Qinjiao and the man in black, Ling Suisa took a deep breath, her figure flashed, and turned into a purple phantom. She performed the Hehuan stunt passed down from her master, the ghost orchid phantom, and the clone confused the enemy. The battle began instantly, and the purple light of the magic circle and her mana intertwined into a dazzling curtain of light. Mo Zhenli used the power of darkness to contain the man in black, and the two sides clashed, bursting out with earth-shattering energy. A voice in Ling Suisha's heart told her, this battle is not only for the sect, but also for the balance of the entire world. Chapter 11: Space-Time Rifts. As the magic circle was gradually destroyed, the cracks in time and space began to tremble, and chaotic energy surged out. Li Qinjiao roared wildly, "You can't stop me. This power is a gift from fate." But at the edge of the crack, a huge figure like a shadow slowly appeared, which made people shudder. It was an ancient god who had been sealed for thousands of years, and the legendary Lord of Darkness could devour all light. Ling Suisha knew that if this ancient god was born, the world would fall into eternal night. She decided to use the sealing power in her body to close the crack. Chapter 12: The Final Seal. Ling Suisa sat cross-legged in the center of the crack. The spiritual power in her body gushed out like a flood, colliding fiercely with the dark energy of the ancient god. Her consciousness seemed to travel through time and space, seeing her memories from another world, and understanding that she was the child of time chosen to protect the balance between the two worlds. In the depths of her soul, a warm force accompanied the call of Mo Shenli and Yesuan Lin, supporting her. Finally, the spiritual light was in full swing, the cracks closed like a cocoon, the ancient gods were resealed, and the world returned to peace. Ling Xusha fell into Mo Shenli's arms because she was extremely weak. Chapter 13 Rebirth and Hope. After a period of recuperation, Ling Suisa slowly regained her strength. The Hehuan sect was reborn because of her efforts, and the sect united like never before. Yesuan Lin also officially admitted to her long-hidden emotions, and the two jointly took on the responsibility of protecting the sect. Li Qinjiao was punished and exiled, her black-clad ally mysteriously disappeared, and the conspiracy behind it was still alarming. Ling Suisa understood that her journey had just begun. In this world, there are too many unknowns waiting for her to explore. She smiled and welcomed the future, and the firmness and courage in her heart bloomed like acacia flowers. Chapter 14 A new chapter in the turbulent wind. After experiencing the sealing ceremony on the line of life and death, the Hehuan sect seemed to usher in a brief period of peace. But Ling Suisa knew in her heart that the darkness in this world would never be easily eliminated. Yesuan Lin reorganized the sect, promoted aspiring young people, and secretly set up barriers to prevent forbidden techniques. However, a mysterious secret letter broke this tranquility. In the secret letter, the runes shimmered with an ancient light, revealing a larger conspiracy, the descendants of the ancient gods, intent on disrupting the order of the human and celestial realms. Ling Suisa and Mo Shenli decided to embark on a journey to find the truth and explore the secrets left by the Protoss in the mortal world. Chapter 15 The Gates of Heaven. In the long pursuit, Ling Suisa and Mo Shenli came to the forgotten ancient altar. In the center of the altar stood a huge silver white door, and dazzling divine patterns appeared on the door. This is the legendary Gate of Heaven, which can lead to the homeland of the Protoss. Together, the two opened the door and passed through the deep corridor of light, where they were greeted by a gorgeous but dangerous world. The heavens are beautiful but full of strife, and the descendants of the Protoss are fighting for the lost throne. Ling Suisa encounters a mysterious girl, Xingli, who has the power to control the stars but hides a sad past. Together, the two embark on a path to unravel celestial conspiracies. Chapter 16 Oath of the Stars. Xingli told Ling Suisa that the chaos in the heavens stemmed from a forbidden battle of the stars, and the legacy of the ancient god king was misinterpreted, causing division and conflict among the race. Ling Suisa and Xingli teamed up to challenge the powerful Protoss forces and cracked one conspiracy trap after another. Along the way, Ling Suisha's state of mind gradually matured. From her initial confusion to her current firmness, she has truly become a female cultivator who can shoulder heavy responsibilities. On the eve of a decisive battle, Xingli and Ling Suisa made a vow of the stars: no matter how dangerous the road ahead is, they will never turn their backs on each other and bring true peace to the world. Chapter 17 Dark Counterattack. Just as the celestial realm seemed to be ushering in the dawn, the man in black from another time and space reappeared, bringing with him a deeper power of chaos. Li Qinjiao quietly resurrected in a distant penal colony, allied with the man in black, and attempted to break the barriers of time and space, and sprinkle endless darkness on the mortal world and the heavenly world. Ling Suisa faced this sudden betrayal and crisis, feeling unprecedented pressure and challenges. Her strength and beliefs are constantly tested in the darkness, and she must find the key to breaking the game. After arduous cultivation and experience, she finally realized a secret technique that can merge light and darkness, which is the legendary power of the two souls of Hehuan, and only those who possess this power can truly rewrite their destiny. Chapter 18 The Intertwining of Fate. The final battle unfolds in the Rift Valley at the junction of heaven and earth. Ling Suisha, Mo Shenli, and Xingli joined hands to fight against the dark forces composed of Li Qinjiao and the man in black. During the fierce battle, Ling Suisha's Hehuan twin soul power was completely awakened, and the power of light and darkness perfectly fused in her, turning into an indestructible rainbow light, repelling the enemies one by one. Li Qinjiao faced the end of her fate with a complicated smile. Perhaps, we are all prisoners of fate. With a roar that tore through the sky, the darkness was sealed and the Rift Valley returned to calm. Ling Suisa finally completed her mission, but she knew that peace in this world would always need someone to protect her. Ending the light will last forever. Because of Ling Susha's bravery and wisdom, Hehuan sect has become a holy place for cultivation in the new era. Yesunlin and Ling Suisa worked together to govern the sect, expel the dark forces, and restore the glory of the sect. Mo Shenli and Xingli chose to stay in the heavenly realm to protect the order of the stars and light. Ling Susha sat quietly on the top of Hehuan mountain, looking at the sky in the distance. She knew that this road would never end, but every challenge would become a prelude to new life. Postscript. This is a story about fate and struggle, about growth and choice. From a confused time traveler to a strong man who truly controls her own destiny, she used her love and courage to support the hope of the whole world. In the bizarre world of cultivation, there is no absolute darkness, and there is no eternal light, only continuous struggle, growth, and protection. Everyone can become the protagonist of their own story. I hope this fantasy journey can light up a never-extinguishing light in your heart.